Hey, this is Josh with Forex Cheat Codes. We're going to be going over this week's fundamental evaluation for USD pairs as we get into this week's outlook. Trying to look out for news and fundamentals that are going to potentially cause an influx for USD indexes, stocks, or otherwise times that we should be aware of as we're trading this week. Let's get into it. This upcoming month is going to be August. So as we get into the new month, we had non-farm payroll last Friday. So we're starting to see the first official week of August come through. Let's take a look at what's going on for USD, looking out for USD red folder news and potential big holidays as well. So this Monday, we actually have ISM Services PMI coming in at 10 o'clock. So we definitely want to be aware that just after market open, we're going to be wrapping up. We're gonna, excuse me, 9:30 open. We're gonna have a 10 o'clock ISM manufacturing. Manufacturing, it's not really a big deal. Manufacturing, I'd say it's more in terms of red folder news, more minor on that. It's not really a big deal. But it's something you definitely want to have on your radar for notifications. Things that you need to be aware of time frame wise. Have that on your charts. Have it in your notes. But you want to be careful around this position, if you're scalping especially, because that is going to cause some volatility expected for that day. So definitely want to have that in your charts. But other than that, nothing real major kind of going on for that particular day as relates to USD pairs. Let's get into Tuesday. Doesn't look like there's anything major kind of going on here for Tuesday. A lot of AUD kind of related news here. Should see a lot of influx. That's really just more towards midnight, but that's not going to really impact USD as much. So USD, there's actually no major red folder news for that particular day. No USD red folder news. So on Tuesday, you can pretty much trust your fundamentals there. Nothing really major going on, so just expect just some smooth flowing trades for USD indexes pairs, especially that particular day. That's up to 9:30 open. Let's get into Wednesday, see if there's anything major we need to be aware of. Doesn't look like there's anything major red folder news specific. Just a little bit of news here on orange folder news, but nothing crazy there. So a lot of volatility last week. Middle of the week, Wednesday, kind of through Friday with non-farm payroll. I believe we had FOMC news last Wednesday, but this week off to a pretty smooth start. So more minor news on Monday, just 10 o'clock, nothing on Tuesday, and nothing on Wednesday. So it should be a good trading week, at least for the first 3 days. And look at things. Let's take a look at Thursday. It's like not a lot here in general. 8:30, we have unemployment claims coming in here at 8:30. So definitely want to be mindful of that. That is not going to be a major deal, even though that has been stepping up in general in terms of impact overall. So should see a minor fluctuation, a little bit more than ISM manufacturing, in my opinion. But unemployment claims, certainly want to be aware of that at 8:30. For USD related pairs, US30, NAS100. USD, JPY, other indexes with the USD abbreviation, your USD. But in general, these are not really major things whatsoever. So really, it should be relatively technical heavy. Trust your technicals there for the first 4 days. Let's take a look at Friday, see if there's anything else going on. There's really nothing going on in general. It's really crazy. There's really nothing. So actually no news at all that day either. So it's a pretty good trading week in general. The one thing I do want to try to put out there and be mindful of, we are in the middle of stock earnings season, and a good way to see maybe what might have some additional volatility or days we need to be aware of, especially for stocks and indexes, is going to be the earnings report season and the quantity of earnings reports. So one good way to check that is actually go to NASDAQ.com, go to the earnings calendar, flip to the particular day, anytime you see anything over really 100, 150, especially over 200, that's going to be stronger days in which you're going to see larger fluctuations of stocks. People on the charts, essentially what's happening is earnings reports come out for the major stocks, and that's going to start to add some additional traders to the market, some additional volume for these larger stocks. And depending on where it falls, it could actually be released the end of day, start of the market. So you might see the 930 get a little bit stronger on some of these days. But some of these numbers you'll see in the 200s, 300s. But in general, these are much stronger than usual during earnings season. When it's not earnings season, you actually see some of these actually scroll back. More under 100, consistently looking at 54s. Might be 100 here and there, but as you can see, so like 14, that's relatively normal. 16, these are relatively smooth days. This is also another way to potentially predict volatility in the market. This happens once a quarter, so basically once out of every 3 months, you'll see larger fluctuations. And these are calculated ahead of time too. You can see these numbers about what might happen the next day. There's going to be fluctuations of these numbers by the end of the day based on projections. Sometimes the larger stocks will have a bigger impact, more of your Microsofts, Amazons, that are weighted pretty heavy in terms of market cap. But in general, as it relates to just generally trading indexes and Forex pairs, I like to just use this as an extra level of kind of news, if you will. Kind of it's more medium red folder news when it jumps up pretty high. I actually consider that more of higher red folder news as well. 54, anything under 100, I'm definitely not really interested in. As you can see here, as we start to hit late July, these numbers start to ramp up, right? So it was like 16 before. That's 186 different earnings reports all coming out, reporting their earnings, additional stocks that will impact indexes. But basically, those are, US30 and NAS are actually going to be just a combination of stocks in general. So while those individual stocks that do comprise NAS100 and US30 impact those, you will see some additional movement on your other pairs as well when these things start to go crazy. So, like for instance, like 228, there's a lot kind of going on. 47, just a little bit of a dip there. But essentially, this happens for basically a month to about 6 weeks. But as we're looking and trying to figure out when larger volatility could come in, it's something we just want to kind of pay attention to. So if we're looking at this week, 184 could see some additional increase of volume around the market open. So even though there's just that 10 o'clock manufacturing, that 930 might be a little bit stronger. And same thing here, the Tuesday 192, pretty much exact same thing, just expect a strong 930 market open. 319 Wednesday, so that we mentioned, like, there's not a whole lot going on here on projected fundamental news, but there's 319 earnings reports coming out. There's Meta, so there's Facebook coming out right here, MasterCard. These are pretty strong in terms of market cap. I would expect a much stronger opening here at 930 as well. So you don't necessarily have to put these in your fundamental notes, but just be mindful that you could expect a strong opening there. So you definitely want to be mindful of that. I trade around the market open, so it's something I like to just take a glance at as like a secondary footnote. The fact that it's jumping up to like 319 is definitely a bit worthy for me. Thursday 424, so that is a lot. Apple, Amazon, Toyota all coming out. These are large market cap stocks. There's going to be a lot of trading going on these days, so it might look relatively calm. And through here, I do expect a strong market open on these days, especially with 400 earnings reports coming out. That's crazy. So even if maybe even 50 of them still don't report that particular day, that's still in the 300s there, which is going to be a really, really strong 930. So let's check the last day, 84. So nothing major there. So Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday okay. Wednesday really strong, and Thursday again strong earnings reports. So just a secondary way to kind of calculate the power coming in at the 930 open. If you're looking for some additional data and just trying to predict maybe how strong your opening is going to be there at 930. So yeah, NASDAQ earnings calendar. Just a quick tip there, but it's just some additional insight into evaluating and using analysis. You can look at and take into consideration for your weekly outlook and daily outlook. So hopefully that's helpful. That's this week's earnings outlook and fundamental outlook for this week for USD related pairs.